Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a very weird, different topic to talk about. Get comfortable. So, I don't know really how to even start this vlog, or, I don't know how to start this video. I really don't. But on Thursday, Memo and I went with our friend Muffin. Yes, that is his nickname. We ended up going out for an evening drive. And it was, still light outside. It was probably approximately close to 9 o'clock at night. And there was still light out. We were just going to go take a really quick drive to end the day, since it was a really nice day. It was nice and fresh. And we ended up getting into an accident. Before I even get into any of that, we're all okay. Alright? Like, none of us, thank goodness, none of us broke anything. Like, it's fine. There's minor damage, kind of, to the bike, which I'll end up showing you guys here in a little bit, what the bike looks like. So, yeah. You guys are going to see a video of what happened, and for those of you who don't ride a bike, I'm going to talk a little bit about safety, and those of you who do ride a bike or are new at riding a bike, we're going to talk about safety. Okay, safety is number one priority. Okay, so yeah, so just so you know that I've only been riding passenger on Memo's bike for like the past, I want to say, like 3 months. And you have to give a lot of trust to your driver because you're not in control. And my biggest fear was falling. Okay, it's like riding a bike. You're gonna fall, but you have to get back up and you have to keep going. So what ended up happening was we ended up taking this back road, and we know, us being mainly car drivers, is this road has a lot of turns, and really quick turns. There's a lot of up and down hills. It's like out in the middle of not necessarily nowhere, but there's like a lot of farm land around and stuff like that. So yeah, in the beginning everything was fine. There was two cars that had passed us. The first car kind of got close to, the center divider there, the center lines, and Memo decided to kind of move to the right a little bit, and then we ended up seeing another vehicle come. And I actually reviewed the footage not too long ago and played it really slow, but this vehicle actually was starting to veer to our lane, but thankfully saw us and corrected himself back to his lane. This spooked Memo, and I could completely understand why, because again, these roads have turns, and if you guys pay attention to the video, you guys will actually see we come across a stop sign under a bridge, and you'll actually see one of the reflectors that is on the bridge letting them know like it's a tight turn, is like chopped off from how fast cars go. Well, this had Memo on edge. So Memo normally never rides the bike towards the right of the road, because we all know that, gravel, things like that. So we're riding, and if I remember correctly, Memo didn't even get out of second gear, which isn't no faster than, I want to say, 20. He didn't even get up to 30, we'll just put it that way. And I started noticing off the bottom right eye is that we're getting really close to the right, and I see dirt, and I already knew in an instant, like, oh crap. And then boom, we fell. I don't really remember very much. Like, I didn't hit my head. I think it just happened so fast that when I watched the video, I had told Memo, like, what? I don't even remember any of that. But I remember hitting the ground. I remember sticking my arm out, which I ended up getting road rash. I ended up sticking my arm out to catch myself. And then I remember, I don't know if I rolled, but I remember hitting. And, like, I remember seeing the asphalt and not really, like, letting it process, like, did that happen? And it did happen. And then I remember me telling Memo, like, my arm, everything just had hurt me. And I know he was trying to get the backpack off me, because I normally lug around a backpack with my equipment, my camera equipment in it. and he was trying to take the backpack off of me so I could lay down straight on the ground. And then, like, I don't know, it just happened so quickly that I remember getting up and telling the cars around us, like, we're okay, we're okay. But, like, hearing what happened was, okay, so apparently from what our friend Muffin told us, who was behind us, was that I hit the ground, Memo slid with the bike almost into a ditch, and that he ended up stopping the traffic from our direction and the opposite direction so that they wouldn't run into us. And, you know, I got up. I didn't really feel any pain, but I knew my shoulder had hurt, and I believe it was from when my helmet had hit my shoulder. And luckily I had protective riding gloves on. And I remember we got the bike up. I could see the bike was covered in dirt, and they helped me back onto the bike. And I don't like crying in front of people. I really don't. I think I'm an ugly crier. But I've had my helmet on. I remember holding my arm close to my chest. I was just really scared. I knew nothing was broken. I was just worried about what was going on from my shoulder to my elbow. And I could feel this burning and like this cold, warm, wet feeling down my arm and my leg. So they rushed us. Memo and his friend Muffin got back on their bikes, and we rode back to his house, which wasn't like 5-10 minutes away from where we had fallen. And went back to the house, and I remember we came to a stop sign, and you guys are actually going to see all this footage. I just lost it. I cried, and I was trying hard not to cry so loud, but I was in pain. Like, it hurt so bad. And like, I just wanted to make sure I was okay. And I felt bad because I could see Memo looking in his rearview mirror, looking at me, crying. And I could tell, like, Memo felt like crap for this accident, that it's bound to happen. You know, when you're riding a bike, it's different from driving a car. Accidents happen. And I wasn't mad at him. I didn't hold anything against him. It just happened. You know, we learned from our mistakes. So we get to Muffin's house, and his wife right away comes out to the garage, helps me inside, and, like, I'm just in tears. I'm trying so hard not to scare her kids, and she's just like, you know, let's get you cleaned up. And then she, like, moved my sweater, which it was weird. Like, she moved my sweater. My sweater had no holes in it, but I had this gash from, like, here to here of road rash, and I could see the blood coming out. And then I lifted up my pant leg, which my jeans didn't have rips, but I could see, like, I had fallen and, you know, banged up my knee really bad. So yeah, you guys will see that clip here, and yeah, check it out.
I know. Come on. Hey.
No, it's this arm.
Huh?
It's this arm.
Okay, okay. I know, I'm giving this one. No me llamen a la policía, let's go. You guys okay? Yeah, I am.
I'm good.
Sure?
Yeah.
Need help? It's just mainly the fucking gravel right there.
No, we're good. Pick it up. Thank you. The bike okay?
I was trying to slow down to that side.
Oh, fuck.
You gonna be okay getting back on it?
Huh?
You gonna be okay?
Huh?
Are you gonna be okay?
Oh, no, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'll help you get on it. Hey, how's your arm feel?
It hurts.
Take the backpack off. There,
So yeah, as you guys can see, it was an accident. Memo got spooked, was out of her hands. Luckily, it didn't end as bad. I ended up going to the hospital just to get myself checked out. I got x-rays. I ended up with a sprained shoulder from trying to catch myself to the ground. That wasn't a smart idea. There is no correct way to fall off of a bike. Learned this the hard way. Best advice is that I got, and now I know, is kind of tuck it in and kind of allow yourself to fall. Don't try to catch yourself. It's just like I could have broken something. The only protective gear that we had on were our riding gloves. Well, I had my riding gloves on, and you can see in the video, I had my helmet and I had just closed my visor, and Memo had his jeans and just like a regular jacket, and he didn't put his gloves on, which he only got cut on his hand. I think Memo ended up in a worser condition than me because he actually did get cuts on him. But I know like his main concern was my safety versus like what was going on with the bike. He wanted to make sure I could stand on my 2 feet before picking up the bike, and like I could tell our friend Muffin was just shook about everything just because he saw his 2 friends go down right in front of him, and he can tell from my expression and me crying how hurt I was. But yeah, luckily just had a sprained shoulder, road rash on my left arm, road rash on the left side of my stomach and on my hip, and my knee's pretty banged up. I have a bruise on my lower calf, and I believe that's where the part of the wheel had hit my leg when I fell. But yeah, luckily it was nothing too bad, and thankfully we walked off of that and we didn't end up in more of a serious situation. So talking about the safety, I cannot stress how important it is for you to be safe. Okay, sorry, I had to change out my batteries. So yeah, like I was saying before, was that I walked off with minor injuries. Like I said before, I really think Memo's the one who ended up getting hurt more than I did. He had road rash, and he had like a cut on his the side of him, and the bike has some damage done to it, but Memo's not even worried about it. All that stuff can be replaced. All that stuff can be repainted. It's fine. We're more thankful that we didn't end up in a serious accident, and we got to walk out with like minor injuries. So the safety thing is like my biggest thing here is, yes, both of us are fairly new to riding, and we are slowly but surely getting our riding equipment. I know like the thing we had to have was a helmet and riding gloves. And this is just my opinion and my perspective as a girl new to all this stuff. So yeah, if you're new to riding, you're worried about it, you're nervous, like me, it took me a while, and you have to have so much trust in your driver, the person who's actually in control of driving the motorcycle. You have to have like the closest trust ever with this person, because this person literally has their life in their hand, like your life in their hand. I can't even talk right now. So yeah, when I first started riding, I was really nervous about putting a full face on because of my anxiety, the close space. It just made me really nervous. So this was my helmet that I ended up getting. It is half, it's like what, 3/4, something like that. We took the visor off of it because Memo uses it on hot days. But this was my helmet, and I got comfortable with this helmet and the feeling of, you know, the protection and whatnot kind of around my face. Then I started wearing the full face when the temperatures would actually drop, and this is now my helmet that I wear pretty much every time because I've just gotten comfortable with it. Now, I know being a girl, like, yes, sometimes I wear makeup, sometimes I won't. Safety is like the number one thing. I know they teach you that like growing up, but like, okay, I would rather look like this with my hair like braided, you know, out of my face, not flying everywhere because I have extremely long hair, versus looking good and not putting a helmet on, or, you know, like, I would just rather be safe than regret it. So this was the helmet that I wore of the accident, which you guys saw. I literally had just closed the visor after we passed the railroad tracks bridge thing. It's weird because Memo and I were talking, and I actually was thinking that Memo was going to pull over and that him and our friend wanted to take pictures of the bikes there, because it looked like a really cool location. So yes, helmets number one. Like, please, if you're starting to ride a bike or if you're being a passenger, get a helmet. Find them on, you know, OfferUp, go to a bike store, get them. You know, just get one. It's just, be safe. The other thing that we ended up getting, I went into a bike store and I got me riding gloves. These only cost me $20, okay? $20, so worth it. Protects from the road rash. Like, if I did not have these on when I fell, my hand, I have no idea how my condition of my hand would have been. It probably would have been all road rash, broken fingernails, things like that. But luckily I had these babies on and they protected my hand. Another thing that I cannot stress on, and like, it's really important. I'm trying to see where my camera bag is here. Here it is when you're riding, okay, I'm not saying go out and spend like a whole bunch of money on riding equipment or your gear. Little by little, you know, get your stuff. I don't have like the riding jacket or the riding pants or the riding shoes. I literally was wearing my sweater I wear almost every day, jeans, and some tennis shoes. Like, granted, I've seen it a few times where it be the driver or, you know, there's a passenger. Like, and I can't stress this more on the ladies. Ladies, I know you want to look good and you want to, like, you know, look banging and stuff when you're out riding with your man. Or, you know, guys, I know you want to look macho and strong and stuff like that. Like, no, honestly, road rash hurts a lot. It burns and it sucks. So, like, my tip for all this is for all you guys and gals, wear jeans, okay? Leave your yoga pants at the gym, your skirts, like, Do not wear skirts. Do not wear your yoga pants. Do not wear shorts. Like, those things are cute and fine and dandy to wear if you're gonna cruise. Like, slowly cruise. Like, really cruise. Like, you're not going anywhere fast and you're not going in back roads or anything like that. Like, those are fine and dandy. I myself refuse to wear shorts, refuse to wear any leggings, yoga pants, what have you, when I'm on the motorcycle. I put my jeans on because things like this happen. You fall, you can burn yourself with the exhaust. Like, when you're riding behind a semi and it kicks up the rocks, those things hurt. So yes, please, I implore you, men and women, please wear jeans, because when you fall, road rash really sucks. Shirts, okay? I sometimes will wear just a regular shirt like this, but when the temperatures start dropping, that's actually when I start wearing my sweater. I kind of like, it's a hit and miss type thing. But I know for some of us, we want to wear tank tops when it's starting to get cool at night, or spaghetti straps. Please, okay? Please put a jacket on, put some type of protective layer on, something, because you just never know. And yeah, you might think you might get hot, but honestly, when you start moving on a bike at a fast speed, you get your own central AC, and it feels really nice. And tennis shoes. Girls, please do not get on a motorcycle wearing high heels or flip-flops or barefooted. Like, that to me is just insane. Like, why would you do that? Why would you risk breaking your ankle, getting a road rash all over your feet? Like, why would you risk it? I wear closed tennis shoes, okay? I'm not on there to impress anybody. I'm not on there to, like, be fashionable. I'm not on there for anything. I'm on there to have a good time and to enjoy myself, okay? That's my little rant on that. So, besides the helmet, gloves, I mean, I'm very thankful that I had these two things. At least these were, like, protective gears. I can't stress more enough. I have a GoPro, okay? This is the GoPro Hero. I've had this thing for, like, the past, I want to say 3 years. This was a Christmas present that I got when I started going to Disneyland. When I started riding, we ended up finding the pieces to my GoPro, and we ended up finding the GoPro mount part that clicks on like so, and I record everything, okay? I can't stress how important it is for you to get some type of recording equipment. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. Memo literally bought this version of a camera on eBay for like $35, no more than 40 bucks, okay? And he mounts it onto his helmet. I'm sure you guys have seen it when I'm recording. But this thing, if you're in an accident, you have footage. If you see an accident, you have footage. If, you know, something happens, you have footage. Like, this right here, it wasn't until last night that we actually went back on the memory card of this to see what happened, because from what Memo told me was that a car passed us, or a car was getting ready to pass the opposite direction, and he kind of swerved into our lane, and it scared Memo. That's why he ended up falling. So going back and actually seeing what happened, where before all of that, Memo got spooked by one person, that, you know, it helps clarify a lot. And yeah, so if you guys are new at riding, or you're gonna be a passenger, like, please think about your safety. Who cares about your looks? Like, please, to avoid serious injuries, wear a long sleeve, put a sweater on, put a jacket on, buy gloves. I bought those at a motorcycle store for 20 bucks, but you can go run down to Walmart and get, like, working gloves for, like, 12 bucks. If you're really a penny, like, you're tight on money, that type of thing. I'm not bashing nobody, totally understand. You know, get yourself protected. And, you know, when you can, get yourself a recording equipment. Like, don't get a nice fancy camera, obviously you don't want that, but, you know, get yourself a, you know, this thing right here, it's a mini F9 DVR, okay? And this thing mounts on the top of Memo's helmet, SD card, like, you could take pictures, you can record. I don't know if the camera can see that. And, you know, it's got okay quality. Unfortunately, this thing was not running during the time of the accident. Thankfully, I had turned mine on because I'm always having that sucker on because I vlog. Yeah. So like a few things that I want to get into really quick before the video ends, and some of you guys probably already know this. This kind of goes for those who do not ride a motorcycle. These are things I actually Googled. So, okay. So just by Googling, okay, I had asked Google, how many accidents is there in a day? All right. Google came up with road crash statistics. Nearly 1.3 million people die in road crashes each year. On an average, 3,287 deaths a day. An additional 20 to 50 million are injured or disabled. More than half of all road traffic deaths occur among the young adults ages 15 to 45 years old. Okay? Driving a car, you have your responsibilities. I heard one person who rides a bike use the term, a car is the cage and a bike isn't. You get in a car accident, you have like, your airbags and things like that are going to protect you. On a bike, you don't. You basically just have you, the road, the car, what have you. It's a lot more dangerous to ride a motorcycle. So, if you are a driver, just kind of keep in mind about being aware of your surroundings, okay? I asked Google again, how many motorcycle accidents are there in a day? This is what Google gave to me, a summary of Wikipedia. Despite providing less than 1% of miles driven, they are made up of 15% of traffic deaths in 2012. Since about 2004, over 4,000 people have died every year up to 2014 in a motorcycle accident. And in 2007 and 2008, death exceeded 5,000 per year. So this is like, anything from someone doing something stupid on a bike, overcorrecting, or it's not saying like what exactly causes a motorcycle, but being on a motorcycle has I don't know. I don't even know how to word it right now. Like, don't get me wrong. Riding a bike, it's so nice. Like, it's so fun. But it's so much more dangerous than driving a car. And you have to not only worry about yourself, but if you have a passenger. I know there's times where we're riding and the vehicles around us don't even pay attention. Like, we're there. And there's people driving and they're not even paying attention. Which brings me on to the next thing I Googled, distracted driving. And we see it a lot. People on their phones, people messing with the radio, people just like tunnel vision. Like, they're not even looking over to you. They'll cut you off, like, distracted driving. And I know this is a thing going on with like the whole no texting and driving stuff, but this, I think, is a bigger picture than some of us actually really realize, because there are people that ride motorcycles, and there's people that walk, do walking, and there's people that do jogging, and there's people that ride bikes, and, like, the road isn't just made for cars. Like, there's more to it than that. So, like, if you're a driver, like, please be responsible. No text is worth your life. No text is worth you accidentally hitting someone taking a jog out in the middle road of middle of nowhere, or if a guy's riding a bicycle, cycling, it's not, the text isn't worth you hitting this guy and killing him, or let alone if you are on the phone talking with someone and you don't happen to pay attention that there's a motorcycle next to you with another person, you can seriously hurt somebody. So I looked up on Google, how many accidents in a day by distracted drivers. And this is what Google gave me. Each day in the U.S., approximately 9 people are killed and more than 1,000 are injured in crashes that are reported involved by a distracted driver. Now, like, kind of let that sink in, because, all right, if you go back to the footage and you look, you can't tell what this person was thinking. Like, I don't remember looking into that oncoming car and seeing if they were on their phone or what they were doing. But, like, what if this person was texting? And that's why he ended up kind of getting close to us. Or, you know, maybe he was just like, oh, well, you know, nothing but cars back here, and just decided to take that turn really, really quick. You know, like, slow down. Leave your phone alone. Leave the radio alone. It is not that important to not only get yourself a ticket, get yourself into an accident, possibly hurt yourself, but it's not worth you hurting someone else and possibly taking their lives. Like, it's not worth it at all. Leave it alone. And like with us, like when you're on a bike, like you cannot mess with your phone. Like, there's no way Memo could sit there and text somebody on his phone. Now, he has a Bluetooth on his helmet that he can answer calls, but majority of the time he uses it just for music listening. Me, it's a little bit different with me because I can pull my phone out, change the music, text people, whatever. But I have a responsibility as well sometimes when we're riding, is to make sure, you know, we're clear. Like, if Memo's going to turn to the left or turn to the right, I sometimes, you know, look over and I'm like, you know, give him the thumbs up, like you're totally clear, no cars, you have enough room, you know, just to reassure him he's good to do that, to take that, you know, lane change or what have you. So yeah, guys, we came out okay in this little accident, and I just want to, like, stress to you all that please be careful, whether you're riding a motorcycle, whether you're driving, just please be careful and keep in mind in the back of your head, like, hey, there's other people on this road. Another thing that I'm very grateful for is that when we ride, like, towards, like, dusk and it's starting to get dark, I don't feel comfortable riding at nighttime. If we're riding at nighttime, I always have Memo have one of his riding buddies with us. So it would either be, you know, Muffin, who was there that day, or Balan, who was, you know, there when we first went to Lincoln City. Just because you never know. You don't ever know. And I know, like, from what Memo told me was, Muffin jumped off of his bike so quick to stop the cars from coming around those corners so quick because I was in the middle of the road. And, you know, I'm very grateful for that. And, you know, I remember him asking if I was okay, and I lied. I lied. I was like, no, I'm good. Nah, I was not good. I was not good at all. And I don't blame Memo for anything. It was an accident. This kind of comes with the territory of riding a motorcycle. These things happen. You learn from them. You try not to do it again. You try to avoid it as best as you can. I remember when I was in the hospital, Memo asked me if I was mad at him, and I told him no. No, I wasn't mad at him. When we were in the hospital, I was trying so hard to crack jokes because I could tell Memo was very distraught, and he felt like crap because, let's face it, you don't want the other person to be in pain, and you don't want to see someone that you really care about hurt, or, you know, take that blame of, oh my gosh, like, this person's laying in the hospital because of me. Like, no blame was put on Memo, no blame was put on anybody. You know, it was just a fear. It spooked him, and, you know, we're just gonna learn from the situation. And I implore you guys, if you're driving, please be safe. If you're riding a motorcycle, jogging, bicycling, whatever, please be safe out there. There's a lot of distracted drivers. There's a lot of idiots driving. Trust me, I know you guys seen them. Just please be safe. And I'm so thankful that I'm here today, that we are here today. And I'm so thankful that nothing was broken. We didn't end up losing our lives. Like, I'm just so thankful that we made it out okay. So guys, this is going to be it for today's vlog. I know it was more of a rant versus other stuff. If you guys like, comment down below whatever you guys would like. I know I might hear or see some bashing on, you know, oh, you could have done this, or well, you should have never done that, or it was totally your guys' fault. Not pointing fingers here at nobody. You know, this is already the third day from everything happening. I am sore. I feel like I got kicked by a horse. I feel bad for Memo because he feels the exact same way. And, you know, like I said, I'm just so grateful that it didn't end as bad as it could have. And, yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am still trying to get to 100 followers. 100 subscriptions on my channel, and I really would appreciate it. Next month is my 30th birthday, so you guys can help me get to that. I'd greatly appreciate it. So, yeah, take care, be safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.